If you were to ask married couples within any modern evangelical church to explain the biblical roles of godly husbands and wives, they would most likely answer with two simple words: headship and submission. Some pastors and teachers would see this as evidence that evangelicals are winning the battle against male apathy and female dominance, which they believe have threatened to destroy God's purpose for the church and for marriage. But others, especially those whose eyes have been opened to domestic abuse cases within the church, conclude that these answers are problematic. What usually lies behind such answers is an unbiblical view of leadership. Young men are often taught principles that elevate authority and neglect sacrifice. This gives them reason to pursue control and dominance above love, understanding, and service. They overemphasize their position of leadership to such an extent that their marriages cease to be partnerships and devolve into dictatorships. Conversely, young women are frequently given so many applications of submission that they lose all sense of agency within their marriages. When a wife doesn't learn to speak the truth in love or develop a discerning mind and a courageous spirit, the positive influence she could have on her husband fades into the background. Focusing on submission alone diminishes the actual role she is meant to fulfill as helper. We are passionate about addressing power dynamics in marriage because of our experience as counselors. Wives have come to us feeling crushed, silenced, and trapped by an unhealthy interpretation of submission. They often express a loss of identity, dignity, and purpose within their marriages. Meanwhile, their husbands feel anxious, overwhelmed, and confused about what it even means to be a spiritual leader in the home. Both spouses are perpetually struggling to function under a weight that they were never meant to carry alone or, in some cases, at all. Wives struggle to be heard without nagging or to be humble without becoming a doormat. Husbands struggle to find a balance between passivity and tyranny. They all need clarity and help. Our need for clarity regarding power dynamics in marriage is dire. Without this clarity, we face real dangers. In our own ministry, we have seen a considerable rise in the number of Christian men who are misusing their God-given role by bullying and abusing their wives. These men have come into our offices as active church members. They know Scripture well but use it as a weapon against their wives. They are not using their leadership for the good of anyone but themselves, looking only to achieve their own desired outcomes. Wives call us terrified and confused after their husbands use the Bible to shame or mistreat them in terrible ways. Wives in these situations feel helpless, especially when they seek solace in their churches only to be told, "You must submit." Something has to happen on an individual level so that marriages can thrive and flourish as God intended.